And we turn now to the continuing debate about schools reopening, and we'd like to bring in Dr. LaTonya Goffney, the superintendent of the Aldine Independent School District in Houston, Texas. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, your district is, of course, in a COVID-19 hotspot, and you have chosen to begin the school year with remote learning. Was this a difficult decision, and how did you decide on this course of action?
Thank you so much again. Just so we're clear and to kind of set the context, if it's okay, Aldine is located in Houston. If you've ever flown into Bush Intercontinental Airport, you are in the middle of Aldine. We have 67,000 students, 9,000 employees. And our students, we have 73% Hispanic and 23% African American. And so as you just stated, Houston is experiencing a surge, and the communities in my district have been hit the hardest. When we first started looking at how we were going to come back, our guiding principle was we were going to go as fast as we could, but as slow as we must. And in April, I was planning to go fast because I wanted our students back in our face-to-face and experiencing face-to-face instruction, because as we all know, the great equalizer is a highly effective teacher in a classroom. However, with the surge and everything that's happening in Houston and our community being hit as it has been, our other belief was we had to err on the side of safety. We had to lead with safety. And as you think about the numbers, if you go and look at Harris County, the zip codes that have been hit the hardest, they're in Aldine ISD. And the one with the highest number of deaths is in Aldine ISD. And so while I definitely can't wait to welcome our students back for face-to-face, we know that we must keep everyone safe.
And how will you know when it's time to return students to the classroom? Are you looking for a specific infection rate or other measure before going back to in-person learning?
Of course, we'll be leaning on our health officials, our local health officials, and hopefully, I think in April or March when it first started, we were talking about bending the curve, and we were looking at a decrease in the number of cases as well as infection rates. And so, of course, that'll continue to be a priority. And we'll continue, again, to listen to our local health officials, our county judge, our local mayor. They've been providing reports. And so that we'll continue to lean on them as well.
How concerned are you about the potential for a widening achievement gap and also the challenges for working parents who are now going to have to supervise their children during work hours?
I can tell you that's what keeps me awake at night. As a student of poverty, raised in poverty, and thinking about the challenges that many of our parents are having right now, recognizing that, like my grandmother, we have parents who have to work. However, as we're looking at moving forward, one thing we know how to do is educate kids. We don't know how to, prepare for loss of life. And so in the event that the one thing I can say, there's a lot of uncertainties, but the one thing I'm certain of is we have highly effective teachers who are prepared and right now studying ways that we can be more creative and meet students' needs remotely.
And lastly, do you agree with the Houston mayor that the city should go back into lockdown in order to slow the infection rate?
What I know for sure, or what I've learned and what I've read from across the nation, and even the fact that this is a global pandemic, is the safest place for everyone is home. And so if we could all stay home for a period of time, then I'm sure, hopefully, that we'll be able to move forward. But there's so many different unknowns. And so what I know here is we're providing choices for our families eventually. And then we're going to do the very best we can in whatever environment we're in, whether it's remote or face-to-face.
Dr. Goffney, thank you so much for your time. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.